Okay, we are live.
Yes. Now it says that we're live. Hello, everybody, guys. If you're wondering where I'm joining from, well, I got kind of carried away a little bit in the city. What happened was I went to see the Tiffany Blue Dial Paddock Philippe Nautilus 7-Eleven. I met a viewer. Hello, Oliver. Say hello.
How's it going, everybody?
Hey. And we went there. We checked out the paddocks.
Checked out all the lots available at the Phillips auction this weekend. Incredible selection.
Oof.
Okay.
And and then we went to a little bit into the Diamond District. But we're gonna talk to what's the
Max at Tracks NYC. Some of you may be familiar with his high emotion YouTube channel.
He's trying to do a kind of a thing that that Roman Sharp is doing, and actually he's friends with Roman.
Yeah.
And I believe when Anthony came to the city, they probably would have interacted. So I was there. I was gonna go home today, but as you guys can see, I didn't make it. Here we are. Jonathan, how are you doing?
I'm doing very good. I had a very productive and interesting day. Have you seen my video, Tim?
The fighting with Swiss.
Actually, the final version. The final version.
The final version?
Yes, you missed it.
I didn't get a chance to see anything. I was just too carried away here with OC.
Yeah, we were wandering the city, going into watch stores.
Yeah, man.
So did Tim buy anything again?
No, I didn't buy anything, man. I was just I'm just glad to be here. Just quick wristwatch check, everybody. Still got my
Tea and Tickers in the house.
Hello, Tea and Tickers. John.
Hello, Tim.
How are you doing?
Hello, I'm good, thank you.
Say hello to Oliver.
Hello, Oliver.
OC in the house.
How you doing?
OC.
Hello from England.
Greetings, cheers.
Yes,
So Tim,
absolutely.
before we start into the meat and potatoes, can I show the video? Maybe we're gonna do it.
Let's take a look. Let's take a look at
Yeah?
this video.
Shall
you
I
know
pull
how to
it
show
up?
it? Pull it up.
Let me. I have a YouTube link, so it should work. Give me.
Okay, here we go. So this is
wait. Give me some minutes.
Yeah. You do the thing. I'm gonna fill in OC here on what's going on.
Okay.
Well, the drama.
The drama. Yeah. So Jonathan, he doesn't like how my channel is going, so they're creating a YouTube channel of their own.
That is such a lie.
Steal all the leads, and then they're gonna rebel stream me. That's a 1, 2, 3 on how to steal the leads in my upcoming webinar that I'm gonna be selling on timwright.com. If anybody's interested in these quick and easy steps.
Tim, I learned from the best.
You did. We're gonna actually, once the takeover is successful, we'll do a little bit of an interview. You'll tell me what was the most difficult step of stabbing me in the back and stuff.
Yes.
Yes. How to do it in such a way that he doesn't notice. It's like one of those when you got a table with all the china on, and you pull the rug, and everything kind of remains.
So Tim, I'm a little bit worried about my video because it contains the original Magnum PI tune. So I'm trying to.
It's all good.
Is it all good?
It's all good, of course.
Okay.
Let me go through the chat and welcome viewers to here.
I'm ready to.
DCNLV, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for reminding everybody to upvote. Jean-Luc, welcome to the show. Mike, got Holden. Ooh, his wife will not be pleased, Tim. By the way, I'm not going to even see her because my flight tomorrow is at 7 a.m. So, oops. It's not going to be happy about that.
Wow.
Okay, thank you. Designer Triet, thank you so much for helping Jonathan.
Cool channel. Love that channel.
Yeah.
Designer Triet. I'm his biggest
Got
fan.
a fan of his own. Look at this.
I'm the biggest fan of his channel right now. The video he did is amazing.
He's the guy who's sharpening the knife that I will be stabbed in the back.
Yes, exactly. He provided the knife. He's not sharpening it. He provided it.
Right. He's sharpening it. He provided it.
What would the community be without the drama, Tim?
We love the drama. We love the watches. Mix in a bit of the drama.
Part of the community.
The community!
Community's drama.
Long love from Wales. A. Williams, welcome to the show. Kevin,
have a super chat.
Talk to you. Jean-Luc Carlyle, 5 Swiss francs wristwatch check. Jeje Le Coutre reversal medium dual phase with small seconds.
Wow.
What a beautiful watch.
But I think he spelled Carly. I'm pretty sure.
Carly.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Is it Jean-Luc Carly? Like that?
I would say so, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Jean-Luc Carly.
So, Tim, I'm ready to roll.
Okay, let me just say that this GG is freaking beautiful. I love the dual face. It's like probably the best way to do the dual, the reverser. I was actually watching a lecture on the reverser from the Horological Society. Really good stuff. And
actually, I agree.
Here we got Cars and Chrono. Greetings from Manhattan. About to head out to Festival Constant. By the way, he wasn't able to succeed. Even the OG couldn't make it happen for me to go to the VC. That's why it is what it is. Maybe we'll go to a bar and Rebel Stream Cars and Chronos experience at the VC. You never know.
Please allow me one comment on the Reverso duo phase.
Yes,
the traditional Reverso has lost its point, in my opinion, a little bit because nobody needed to protect the watch anymore. And it's just simple genius what Jeje Le Coutre made out of it. So it's really amazing and fantastic. And I never get tired of seeing one. Sorry.
Exactly. No, it's a great point. Like nobody plays polo anymore with the maybe they do. Maybe Reverso does still sponsor. Who knows? That would be interesting. And Ian, Scotch and soda. Drinking. I'm trying not to drink alcohol. I have a big flight tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see it. Let's see
it.
Knife.
I'm making myself big in the center so that everybody can see the screen.
That's not how it works. Oh, you're pointing at.
Wait.
You're gonna dox yourself right now?
No. I'm showing my screen now. I'm sharing my screen.
You're not showing. Oh.
Here, have a look. And now we roll. Oh no, I have to push here. Okay.
48 seconds.
Have a look.
In the Swiss Alps. This would just.
Question, is that Spy Who Loved Me or For Your Eyes Only?
Damn.
That is For Your Eyes Only.
That was fantastic.
For Your Eyes Only. Wow.
That was brilliant.
Guys, there you go. I mean, that's it's basically For Your Eyes Only. The people who are watching this
For Your Eyes Only combined with the Magnum PI theme doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah.
How do you like it?
It's amazing, man.
Terrific.
The amount of work that he probably put in, like that took probably maybe 4 to 6 hours of work.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was more. And Design Atelier really upped his game. I really appreciate that he did it for us, and you're the superstar, Design Atelier.
Design Atelier does not have to doesn't have to thank me for giving me an opportunity to make something like this.
Yeah, Design Atelier, we're working on the logo, and I may ask you to put a title on. The title of the show will be Swiss and John Show. That's all.
Oh, that's Swiss and John.
Really?
It's going to get
You've got-
confusing, but okay.
No, you've got so much loss there. You could think of something better than that, Jonathan.
Look,
Come on.
we have some heavy hitters. We were discussing raclette and rattrapants,
Okay.
Yeah.
and we had fondue and flybacks.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
nothing was approved.
These
So-
are all bad
Really?
names. All bad names. These are all. I have
Yeah, I
no
know.
problem with this. This show is destined for failure
Yeah, I know.
because of those names. There's nothing to worry about.
So guys,
Yeah.
come up with a better idea. Nothing is determined. Everything is in the flow.
Well, but nothing too good. I don't want to
Yeah,
hear
yeah.
anything that's good. I mean,
Yeah, I think Bear said last night he's going to fail anyhow. He said, he's spoken. He said he's going to fail.
Oh,
you see, Carlos Cotto agrees.
actually,
These
we're
names are
bound to
horrible.
fail.
I love it.
Yes,
We're bound to fail. Basically,
Undoing
this thing. This
Oh
thing is
my
just
God.
for us both. Talk a little bit
I love
about
it.
watches and.
This
Yeah,
is the
yeah.
experiment they want
I
to do.
mean, you want to do a watch stream talking
It's
about
like-
watches. I mean, that's where you're going wrong, Jonathan, isn't it?
Yeah, I know.
You want
I'm
to talk about watches on a watch stream, that's wrong.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm the parent and I'm telling them do not touch the hot stove.
Yep.
But they're like, no, we want to do it. We want to do it. So it's like, you know what? What are you gonna do?
Speaking of watches, though, you
you've
saw the Big Daddy today.
The big
The Big
Daddy.
Blue Daddy.
guys. Everyone. Oh, you know what, Jonathan? I was supposed to send you the footage, but I shared it in the WhatsApp group. If
I don't have WhatsApp.
I know you're not. Yeah, I forgot.
I think he
It's on
does,
your
but he
IG,
just
though.
doesn't give
Someone
anyone.
should forward it to you real quick.
Okay.
No, I shared. I did like a bit of a video because I actually you don't need that footage yet, right? You only want to use it.
No.
For your own video, right?
No, actually, I would like to. If you have the time, I would really like to discuss this Tiffany Nautilus
Yes.
because when you're back from California, it will be too late.
Yes.
Now it's the
It's
talk
too
of
late,
town.
it's late.
Actually, it was yesterday. It would have been the best time,
you
but
should've-
anyhow.
Exactly. That's why I made a video. I made a quick video yesterday.
But today we saw it in the flesh. The
Okay.
actual. The one thing
In
I
the metal,
forgot.
in the metal.
The one thing I forgot to ask today is we know it's the first lot that they're going to be auctioning off, but is it limited edition number one?
It's
Yeah.
a prototype.
Oh, it's a prototype.
Yeah, so it's limited.
So it's not
off
even
the-
real.
It's the limited of the.
So
limit.
are they-
It's the
Are they going to
brand.
engrave
The
the
one.
watch with one of seven of one
That's the
of
question, if it's a prototype.
170 or do
I
they only
hope
say limited edition?
The case back is clear. That's what I'm
No,
hoping for.
no. There is a printing
not?
on the case back.
Oh, never mind.
I was supposed to ask, and I forgot to ask if it's actually
Damn,
number one
that
of
is
170.
when you don't have me
Yes.
in the ear, Tim.
Well,
That is
I
what
was,
happens.
you know what? I was asking them to take it out of the case, and they didn't
Yeah.
do it. They kind of laughed at me.
Yeah.
Embarrassed.
Yesterday,
let's
you
just say that-
nearly broke a coin watch yesterday. Remember that gold one you had a good old go at, didn't you?
Yeah, Tim,
Oh, the gold
consider
coin
yourself
watch.
lucky that they didn't show you the finger.
It was close.
After
it was close.
asking that.
Someone actually was showing me the finger. I forgot who.
To you?
Hmm.
Maybe that was in
But
the
they have-
morning when you left.
Yeah.
Maybe that was
Yep.
upstairs in the auction when the guy wouldn't give you any more watches.
Oh,
Huge.
yeah.
He said 2 more
They have
watches, only 2 more watches.
they have a giant display set up at
Yeah.
Phillips, the auction house. It almost looks like a red carpet type of event, big
Massive.
booth, and with a giant poster of the 5711. And
If you go to my Instagram account, I do show a wristwatch check at that location. It's quite it's a whole section is dedicated. Half a building is dedicated to that watch.
Yeah.
It's
So
not,
what is everybody thinking about that Tiffany?
I think you've shared your perspective on the trifecta of
Yeah.
hype, coming together, right?
Yeah, it's a trifecta. It is the hottest formula of the watch. What is hot right now? Tiffany stamped dial, A. Tiffany dial color, B. And then steel sports
Nautilus.
Nautilus. Yeah. The three things that are hot. You add those, you mix them up, and this is what you end up with.
Okay.
I mean, it's just destined to be the hottest watch. I'm sorry. That's just the thing. Do I like it? Do I like? Did I? Was my?
That is the question. Do you like it? I think you do.
I like it. Tell you this. I looked at some numbers, like production numbers, right? This is what's predicted.
What does that have to do with if you like it or not?
Oh, I'll say if I like it.
Okay.
So the predictions go like this: that there was about 1,700 of the green dials produced, right? And then there's going to be 170 of these, and they're predicting that this watch is going to sell for $4 million. What does that have to do with whether I like this watch or not? The thing is, those numbers, they do kind of affect your percent. Like if I didn't know those numbers, right, then I would have said something else. But knowing that thing, I can't separate that. Just knowing the fact, right? I thought that it would.
You know, the pontiff yesterday said it perfectly right, in my opinion. He
What
said
did
we
he
don't
say?
like it because we're not able to get one for retail.
Oh,
Not necessarily true.
Hey, even Cars and Chrono, I don't think even Cars and Chrono could. Let's see here. Imagine spending 500K for this version. That's a masterpiece.
So here's my take on it.
Right.
When I look at the dial,
yeah,
it is reminiscent of the white dial Nautilus with the dark gold indices and the dark gold hands.
Yes.
I think that's less elegant than having the traditional white gold hands and white gold indices that you see on the blue and the green.
We actually compared because they had the white gold, they had the white Nautilus in one of the lots, and we went there, and actually the hands and the indices are the same. So they're reusing those parts for this dial.
I think if you look at what Rolex did with Oyster Perpetual with their turquoise blue, not Tiffany blue, turquoise blue, it's the white gold hands, white gold indices, and it looks super classy. And when you're thinking about the ultimate luxury Patek sports watch, Tiffany branded, Tiffany color dial, to me, when I see the black, so much black on it, it takes away some of the luxury and some of the elegance. Because the black, especially the 12 markers, the double baton, dark,
very
dark hands,
gray, kind of gray gold,
very dark gray, the gray surround around the date.
It's not black polish, but it's like gray.
To me, that I think they missed the mark on that one. Love to hear in the comments if you think that is the case, or
would you
can't
let
the hype, objectively look at the quality of the dial.
Yeah. Would you guys prefer the blue indice that they put in the blue 5711 or the one that they put into the white one?
Which one do you prefer? The dark gold indices, like on the white dial, or the one that you find on the white? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Can I give my take about it?
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
So I have three main points. First of all, I'm totally annoyed by Patek Philippe. Thierry Stern goes around, says, we don't want to be the Nautilus brand again. We don't want to be focused on steel watches. This is harmful for the brand. Our strength is something else. Then they bring out that green thing, super limited, pulling fuel in the fire. And now they're bringing this thing up, which even fuels the fire more. So that is one thing.
By the way, can I point? I want to make a point about that. Because he tricked everyone. He used a language, kind of a rhetorical trick when he said, before the green one even came out, he said that the Nautilus will have something special coming out.
Victory Lap.
Victory Lap.
Yeah.
And everyone thought that the green one was the Victory Lap. But he didn't say that it was going to be, that's the one. He didn't mention. And it's not like that he's saying that this is the Victory Lap.
Exactly.
Listen, as a total and final FU to everyone, they could release a final red version with the Supreme printed on the dial.
Yep.
You just never know when is this lap going to happen. But
Tim, I have two more
continue.
points.
Yeah.
Just on that point, though, briefly, only time will tell whether or not he's taking advantage of the situation. Sure, he's overhyping it right now, but this may be the final hurrah. And in when it actually does get discontinued in 2, 3, 5, 10 years time, you'll look back and say, he stuck to his word, it's gone. Or there's a new version that's been updated and it isn't the exact 5711 case that has been officially retired. So I think the jury's still out on that. I don't think you could fairly characterize what he's doing as disingenuous until it stands the test of time and we see what happens.
Sure.
So I wouldn't be surprised if they just introduce a new Patek Philippe model with a new automatic movement that we see in the perpetual calendar, by the way. So, but my second point is I'm totally annoyed by the price, because they're charging.
This is annoyance number 2.
Yes,
Annoyance number 2. Just count it.
25,000 more for that bloody turquoise dial and the print on the crystal. So they are arguing, it's a lot of effort to do a limited edition, but come on.
Also, I should point out, wait, hold on. That's not the only thing that's limited edition. The outer box for the
special
for
box.
the Patek box. The outer box is also Tiffany Blue. So there's a lot of work that went into making that.
So here comes my third point, and I nicked that from Watch Gringa, who made an excellent video about this. Okay. By the way,
third
my
annoying
first
thing?
points. Third annoying thing is the fact that it's exclusively distributed by Patek by Tiffany means that only people who already own 5 Nautiluses in steel, in gold, and so on get this watch. Yes. And that is really
the rich
annoying.
Get richer, the scheme.
Exactly.
The rich get richer scheme, yes. I like how we have a Tiffany blue globe behind us.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a...
It's coincidence, irony.
Yeah.
And by the way, I was thinking about the timeline. So maybe Thierry Stern will tell us, those limited editions takes 5 years to prepare and to work on it until it's ready. So I said it last year, and we knew that it's in the pipeline. So I had that already in mind. I can see that. But he knew what is coming. So why complain?
I don't know. Maybe he didn't know. Maybe the fact that they made it full Tiffany blue dial, it was a last second thing when they saw Patek Tiffany blues exploding like that.
Rolex Tiffany blues.
Yeah, Rolex. What did I say?
Rolex turquoise blues.
Yeah.
Okay, fair point. So those are my.
But is your point that the dial shouldn't have been Tiffany co-branded? Because of course, if it's going to be Tiffany co-branded, it has to be available, exclusively through Tiffany. Or was it that they chose that Tiffany blue as the outgoing hurrah? What was your third annoyance?
Look, if we go to a town that has no connection to our civilized world, you show them a normal Nautilus and you show them the turquoise green Nautilus, and they have no idea what Patek is and what Tiffany's is. Which watch do you think that person would choose, the Tiffany or the normal Nautilus?
The normal. The Tiffany. The reason Tiffany is so hot because, guys, we live in society with other people, and the society kind of dictates what's cool, what's hot, and we can choose to follow the trends, the hypes, and or not. And I don't know. I don't think what we say here on this little show will matter.
But is it your contention, Tim, that Patek was influenced by the success of the new Oyster Perpetual dials, specifically the rampant demand for the turquoise blue Rolex?
Because, and I'll say why. Because I think Terry Stern or someone was asked which. Oh no! I think a Rolex CEO was asked. It could have been the other way around. Which brand are you most proud of? And they said it was the Patek. I could be mixing them up. I think maybe it was Terry Stern who said, "Who are you most proud of?" And they said Rolex because we like what they're doing. I forget now, man. It's all mixed up.
So you think Patek designers, these guys who've been at it, watchmakers their whole life,
they're watching Rolex.
You think they're watching Rolex and actually said, we need to do something like that?
Think about it. Gerald Genta, I think, said that he was asked which design does he like the most, and he said, Oyster case.
He did say that?
Yeah.
By the way, have
I'm
you
not
seen
sure.
the Easter egg?
Easter egg's poorly
Where?
done.
Where?
Easter
There
egg's
is an
poorly
Easter
done.
egg. Monochrome made an article, and they said Thierry Stern said that there is an Easter egg, but they haven't able to identify it. But if
No,
you
we
watch the
found it.
press, you found it.
Yeah, it's basically there's printing on the sapphire case back,
Yep,
and that
that's it. Yes.
printing has the 170 years, basically the dates. It has the Tiffany and Patek co-branding, and it also has in the dates the last date of the 2021. There's a hidden LVMH acronym
Yes.
Exactly. Yes.
in
Mhm.
in the
That's
one.
the Easter egg. Yeah.
You know,
Well, Tiffany was acquired by LVMH.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think they're.
But you know, it's
But did you know? So OC here said that basically that printing, if you can pull up the image of the printing of the Tiffany
I'm gonna
and
find
Co,
it. Yes.
it's a
One second.
misprint. It says it's they misprinted Tiffany and
it's
Co.
kind of a misprint that I've seen some people say. When you think about the Tiffany logo, it's done in a very specific font,
Yeah.
right?
It's big T.
It's big T, and it's done in what the font's called small caps,
Yeah.
which basically the first letter is big caps, and the rest of the letters are capitalized but smaller weight, smaller height.
Mm-hmm.
And then
And then the Co
and then
is
the Co is
CO and the dot
that's right.
1
So
second.
if you look at the printing, yeah, pull it up because it's
on the back.
interesting to
Case,
see.
the case back.
Case back.
That's the case front.
The case back.
Case front.
Okay. 1 second. 1 second.
That's what they call
No,
Jonathan.
you were
Just real quick,
you were
that's what they
talking
call
about the
front
fronts.
of the watch.
Yeah.
This
Okay.
is called
Oh,
the
yes.
dial, by the way, Jonathan. That's
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
dial.
Yeah. I got it. I get it.
Are you
smart
sure?
man.
Are you sure?
Give me a break. Give me a break.
If they
I think
if they were
I
paying,
think he's forgotten more than you ever know, Tim, about watches. Come on. He's, no.
Okay, go. You see how it says Tiffany
Yeah.
and Co?
see how the
In capital
the
letters.
O is actually lowercase here,
Oh yeah.
and then there's no
Oh,
period after the Co.
yes.
You see
Oh,
that? And Tiffany is
yes.
in big letters.
Tiffany's. So I think
Capital.
it's
Yeah.
piss poor attention to detail. I'm
Yes.
hoping this is a Photoshop. I'm hoping that someone spots this and says
Yes.
before it goes to production, we're gonna
Fix it.
make it. I mean, because you're celebrating 170 years, you don't even get your strategic partner right. You know,
Wow.
like going the extra mile to make sure that the font is perfect.
Well
So
spotted, guys. Well spotted.
Here's the Easter egg. Can you see that
Yes.
on the screen?
Zoom
No,
it in.
wait,
You have to zoom
yeah.
it in.
Yeah, zoom it in. Sorry, man.
Yeah,
we're looking
I'm
at
trying
it.
to zoom in, but I'm not sure if I can. Ah, now I can move it.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
There you go.
come on.
There it is.
Oh yes.
It ruins.
Oh yeah.
It ruins. And
Yeah.
to me, by the way, this is a copy of what Cartier does on
Yeah.
their dials. You know that
Oh yeah, the Cartier.
they always
Cartier.
put a hidden Cartier in
Yeah.
one of the Roman numerals,
Yeah.
and this is a inelegant version of that.
Very cheesy, very cheeky.
Cheeky
very
and cheesy,
cheesy.
all those good things.
Yeah.
So
Plus-
TNT
Cheesy's
Curse,
delicious,
what is
but
your
cheeky,
opinion
not
about
good.
this watch?
Me.
Yep.
Yep. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not a big fan of Nautilus anyhow. But it's all right. I mean, how much is it? What's it going to cost?
55 or 57?
Yeah,
No, I
55
wouldn't even.
US.
Yeah,
You wouldn't buy it at retail?
I'm not a Nautilus fan really. I'm not.
So
I'm
if you could buy it at retail, you would say, no, thank you, sir.
No, the question is if you bought it at retail and it would be instantly worth 50% depreciated
Yes.
in a non-hype market, would you buy it?
I'd buy it to flip. I
Oh.
wouldn't buy it to wear as a watch. I'd buy it to stash it in a safe and sit on it. Definitely. As a money-making thing.
That's why they're not going to
I
sell
like
it
my
to
watches.
you, man.
I buy my watches to wear, so I wouldn't wear that. It's not the kind
You
of
know
watch
what?
I'd wear.
If they sold it to me, I would wear it on a hike. Fuck it. Yeah.
On a
It's still
turquoise,
double for it.
turquoise blue
You probably
mountain.
still, yeah. You could probably
Exactly.
You could probably put a mark on it and still get a fuckload of money for it, couldn't you?
What
Probably
I
get
really-
a
Some of these
scratch on it and
comments.
still get, yeah.
Hey, Carson Cronin was talking about that he's kind of glad because with all the people going after the hype pieces like this, it leaves a lot of like enthusiast pieces.
Yeah, like what?
Well, like he has the freaking equation of time, Vacheron. Crazy shit, like ridiculous shit.
What I find
it's also
interesting is that Patek agreed to collaborate with Tiffany's, which means LVMH, which is also a kind of competitor. I'm aware that Tiffany and Co. saved Patek Philippe when the situation for them was really bad, and I
And
appreciate
this
that
time it's their opportunity to
pay
maybe
back.
it's a kind of a handshake.
to build investor bridges and partnerships for the future.
Probably partly
Patek
pay
is
for the
independent,
purchase
right?
price. Say it again.
The Patek is independent.
Patek is independent, yes.
Yeah. So
Independent until someone offers to write a check for 25 billion and
Right.
says, "Hey, we want you as part of
I
our
think
portfolio."
Thierry
Creed did that. Creed
Thierry
did
has
that.
multiple offers by Rolex. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, Rolex would definitely buy them, right?
Yes,
They can.
I think.
Right? They have way
Yeah.
more money than.
Yeah.
James, the
Here we
advisor, said it's a
go.
prototype. He said this is a prototype. Is it a prototype?
Which is which is shown it's a prototype. Yes.
Right. So how much is it? How much difference is it going to be between that and the real one? Is it going
We
to be
don't
Prototype's
know.
gonna go
Are
for
you-
$4 million.
Maybe the prototype is just on display, and whoever buys that gets number one of 170.
I
And
think
it's going to
that's
be the same
what
as
the
the
auction
prototype.
test
There's not going to be much
text
changes
says. Yes.
now.
Mhm.
There's not going to be much
Did you
changes.
Did you ask what's the auction price?
But the estimates.
The estimate is 50,000, I believe. that
Yeah,
they published.
estimate is 50,000, but I'm pretty
It's
sure
going
it
to
will
sell for
reach.
4 million. 4 million, guys. That's
4
my
million?
prediction.
I say
you're gonna,
2.
You want to place your bets? You want to place your bets?
Who thinks I should go there and do an opening bid of 2 million right out the gate?
Oh, I don't even have the money. So I could do it. I can put 2 million.
Of course, you get.
Yeah.
You could.
Yo, I should sign up. I should be
What do you think?
Wait,
What do you
but
think
I'm gonna be
What do you
in
think the opening
California.
bid Tim should offer? Like right out of the gate, he's
Yo.
going to raise the paddle.
You know what? I should be there bidding against because you know what I'm thinking. I'm thinking probably Patek will buy this for themselves for their museum, and they're going to be the ones who will buy it because it's going to be a tax deductible for them because the money are going to charity. Pendulum upvoted. Hello, fellas. Tim and the panel say hello to OC.
OC in the house, available on Instagram
Available.
at the.original.oc.
The original OC.
The original OC.
The OG. Actually, we're going to do a Humble Pine and OC meetup in the city sometime soon. Here we go.
So, but Tim,
Yeah.
this is an interesting point, and I observed
Yes,
that
an
on
interesting
the
point.
recent auctions. I think the estimates are really ridiculous. You know,
It's ridiculously low.
Yes, an estimate
I
should
agree.
be an expert's estimate, and this
Yes,
is
they
all
should
political.
Contact me. I'm available. I'll do estimate for Super Chat. Super
Yeah.
Chat.
Okay.
Keep in mind, auction estimates are posturing, and the last thing you want to do is have something estimated at 2 to 4 million and it does 1.3 million, or something estimated at 100 to 200,000 and it pulls 75,000. So there's no inherent harm in making an estimate too low, but there's a perception issue if you make the estimate too high and it doesn't sell for that. It does have a negative implication.
I think these estimators, they're just.
But in my opinion,
Yeah.
such a ridiculously low estimate also doesn't make them look any good.
I'll do an extremely high estimate, $24 million for the Tiffany Blue Dial. Let's go.
And Tim, I think in the past it's possible that the manufacturers or collectors who have been sponsored by the manufacturers, like, hey, bid this thing up, have been involved. I don't think in recent times, the past couple of years, that the manufacturers are setting aside so much money to artificially bid up these. I think they're actual people who realize these are important pieces to have, whether it's the AP Panther or any of these vintage Rolex Daytonas. I think it's actual people who are spending these ridiculous amounts of money. And I don't think there's any direct evidence that you'd ever find it of manufacturer involvement artificially juicing these prices. But it is good for them to have. It all started with the Paul Newman Daytona selling for 17 million or whatever. And
So M3 Carlino has a very good point. Let's just keep in mind, Tiffany had one interested buyer, and basically they sued LVMH to honor their bid during COVID. And Tiffany said, no, that was during COVID, that negotiation. So we take it back now. So it was a tough sell, Tiffany's. It was not that easy.
Yeah, and LVMH bought them for a much lower price, I believe.
Yeah.
There was some renegotiation there.
I think at the end of the day, yes, because basically Tiffany said you're paying the high price, and LVMH said no, that's not going to happen because now we have COVID, so your value is lower.
Let's talk a little bit about Patek, what that would look like as part of the LVMH suite of watches. Would that even make sense? What's the highest level brand that they have at LVMH?
Chaumet and Bulgari.
Bulgari?
Yeah.
Is that it? That's the top one?
Yes.
I know Richmark has Longa.
Isn't Hublot
Longa
also part of the group?
Hublot? Yeah, they do have Hublot, yeah. But Hublot is not like high-end.
Yeah, but that is the highest they go. Yeah.
Really? LVMH? I'm surprised. Well, LVMH, they're really not like LV products. They're very kind of disposable-ish. They don't have that kind of philosophy like Patek, right? That, you're not really buying it for yourself. You're buying it to hold on for the next generation, right? They want like these trends. LVMH, their stuff is like good for 3 months. That's their idea, right? You pay these crazy prices. It's good for 3 months, and then the new trend comes in, and you have to buy again. That's their whole shtick, right?
Well, there's a huge collection of bags and things like that.
Yeah, but they're so trendy. Like they're hot now, and then it's no longer hot. You know, they change everything. They change the logo. They change look at like LV. Like they even change the logos, everything. They do have their line of classic stuff, but then like they just cycle through.
Okay, you've heard it here. Tim is poo-pooing any potential acquisition or merger of Patek by LV.
Sorry, if you guys want to buy LV, just probably get one of those presidential briefcases that are jazz.
$5,000 watch box.
Tim with his oligarch family is out to a new.
By the way,
merger.
if you are a high-end manufacturer of watch boxes and want to partner with Tim Wright on an ultra premium watch box, reach out to Tim Wright.
Tim Wright.
Hello at Tim Wright.
TimWright.com. I am trying to get in bed with strap-on manufacturers. Strap-on manufacturers. And what did it go?
If you want to tap into this vast audience and network of watch community, watch enthusiasts, and you have a luxury premium brand, and you want to associate yourself with
I'm wearing Burberry. This is my wife bought it to me as a gift. So
waterproof.
Hey,
that is true love.
The true
love comes with Burberry.
It was at a deep discount, and it was pre-COVID. Now that COVID settled in, it's like there's no more discounts. Speedy Hernandez, Super Johnson Swiss, new show should be the Treaty of, what is that?
Westphalia.
Oh, yes. The Treaty of Westphalia. By the way, when they crawl back to me, we got a show fail, we want to come back. And we'll be like,
back to the...
Yeah. We hear you singing, Jonathan, come back.
Yeah. Jonathan, come back. You can blame it all on me. Or in Swiss, come back. You can blame it all on OC.
You know what I love to your third point about the limited distribution. Nothing makes me smile bigger than to think about the VIPs fighting amongst the VIPs.
Oh yes.
Yes. the $1 million a year customers or the multi-million dollar a year customers of Tiffany jewelry now clamoring over each other to posture.
At the first time they must be friendly to their sales assistants. So usually they just throw $1 million on the table and said, I take this, that, and I want a discount. And now they have to beg their sales assistant, oh, please give me a Patek.
And what better timing in December, the end of the calendar year, they can rake in a whole bunch of massive sales in December so you can build up your purchase history.
Coming back to the argument, if I would be a high-profile Patek collector who has a very good relationship to a boutique or to another AD, I would be very upset that this is exclusively only for Tiffany clients. Don't you think so?
I think this is a nod to the Tiffany
Yeah.
retail partnership, and they have an opportunity to reward people who have been loyal to both brands.
Yes.
So this is a way to filter out, in a way,
The flippers.
the flippers, the regular, even the regular
The
loyalists.
millionaire flippers. Because there's some poor millionaires, like someone said.
You're a Patek loyalist, but
Yeah.
that's not good enough. You have to be a Patek
Yep.
and Tiffany loyalist
You should be always
to be able to
paying
qualify, and that's
full
a
whack.
cool thing.
Like, because you think Kelly is gonna be selling all these pieces? She's gonna be responsible?
Well,
for
Kelly doesn't work
majority?
there. Kelly said watches and switches on. Yeah.
Oh, really? She moved?
Yeah.
When was that?
Oh, like a year ago. Sorry, Kelly. Kelly, shout out if you're in the
Shout out to Kelly Yoke.
Kelly
guys.
Yoke, former Patek boutique manager at Tiffany and Co.
She sold all those pieces, all those Tiffany printed Patek pieces. Probably.
For decades, long time
Yeah,
she was there.
She was responsible for that stuff. Amazing.
Yeah, so it's an interesting opportunity to raise the bar on qualifying eligibility to get the ultimate, what some are going to say is the ultimate Patek Philippe Nautilus before
the
final hurrah.
the ultimate hype beast, Golden Majestic Meatball.
Where are the
Tan.
super chats, by the way? Let's get some super chats going here.
Yes, guys, I have to get a drink afterwards. I'm flying to SoCal tomorrow. I'm screwed, man. I have so much to do. I checked all these locations that I have to go to. Man, they're like half-hour Uber drives. It's like Uber. I don't want to know. It's
LA's
gonna be
spread out,
expensive.
so.
Yeah, it's all spread out. Hopefully, actually, Chris is coming. Driving. I think he's driving in. He's going to drive. So hopefully, I told him to crash at my place, in my hotel. That way, Chris is going to stay in my hotel here, and I'm going to stay at his hotel in London. It's not the same quality. But I'm just hoping for something. I don't know. Maybe if he can help me out, get me from one location to another, that's going to be cool. But yeah, we're going to meet up with Lowlegs, Alex, Watch Mamba. Actually, he sent me some messages on the, what's it called? Cartier event. The new boutique.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they remodeled, and we're going to have an exclusive insider's look. It's going to be exciting.
Cartier store in New York looks phenomenal. They got it all blitzed up with lights. It looks like a giant Cartier box.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice.
Yeah. You took a picture of it. You take a picture?
What?
The Cartier store.
No, I didn't have a chance. I was talking
I'll
on
send
the
it to you.
phone. Yeah, send it to me. Yeah, man. Let's see.
Holidays in the city. Big Apple.
Here. Did you talk to Wei Koh about guest blogging for Revolution? Oh, snap. Well, here's the thing. I talked to Wei Koh at the IWC event. He was there, giving a little bit of a presentation. Apparently, he's like, I don't know, he's a brand representative, but he was wearing two watches. He had the De Bethune, the blue one. I'm not sure what the name of that one is. Do you know
No.
the full blued out?
No.
Jonathan, are you a De Bethune fan?
That DB21, you mean?
Fully blued out.
Fully blue round one?
Yep. No,
think
like a space one.
Oh,
But fully
no.
blue.
You're asking me questions about a brand that I don't like.
Yeah, I know. Well, we looked at actually, so it was very similar to the one we saw at the Patek Philippe auction, right? And
At the Philips auction, you mean?
sorry, yeah, the Philips auction.
This one on Saturday is going to be the Patek Philippe auction.
And the Philips auction, yeah, but it was fully blued. He had that, and on the other hand, he had the Baltic. You know, the new Baltic watch. It was covered by like all the Hodinkee stuff. You know anything about that brand? Are you excited about Baltic? No,
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 no.
yeah. It's
But I have here a problem because my keyboard crapped out. I had a whiskey here and spilled it over the keyboard.
you
No, I
Oh,
can't.
spilled whiskey on the keyboard just now. You're
keyboard.
Yeah,
not the only one who spilled stuff
What a waste
on
of
today's
whiskey.
stream.
yeah. I think
Tea Tickers, you might as well spill some tea on your keyboard and just
I'm
completely
gonna be back in a
destroy it.
minute. I'm
I
getting
use
a
this for
different
work.
keyboard.
I cannot.
Just let it.
I cannot wreck this. I use my own laptop for work. I really
Yeah,
can't.
spill it.
You know,
Spill it. Come on, do it. Spill it.
I'm surprised this
Ian.
computer hasn't died. It's on all day at work, all night streaming. It just never gets switched off. It's ridiculous. You know.
All right, let me tell you guys. Let's talk about OC's collection here.
A collection.
Yeah, let's see it.
Yes.
First of all, let's take a look at the piece that you're wearing. Actually, I'm going to change the camera. I'm going to show them. Take
Give
it
it
off.
full screen. Give us full screen, man. Let's see
Settings,
everything. Yeah.
Camera. 1 second. Front, back camera. There we go.
Has he brought the collection with him? Has he brought the full collection with him?
No. We didn't know that we're going to be even doing this here.
Let's have a look at this.
But
We did.
you can see this.
Yes, we can see this. Beautiful.
Beautiful. This is just the steel Daytona.
Wow.
Right?
It's nice.
So,
But it's
so
on-
elegant.
He's got the black one.
It's on alligator.
But he's got it on this beautiful alligator strap.
Is it a proper
Which
Amiga?
class
Is that an Amiga strap or is it what is it?
So what is the brand of the strap?
It's a OEM Rolex
Wow.
It's OEM.
alligator. Oh yeah.
Fuck
They
me, yeah,
made
that's
this
worth.
in order?
It's
How
probably
is
more
this-
than
how did
all
this
my
happen?
watches combined. That fucking strap is.
Well,
Yeah.
prior to 2016, I believe Daytonas were available on alligator.
That's
Straps.
beautiful. That strap.
Wow.
It suits it on that strap. It does definitely suit it on that strap.
Unreal. And wait, so how did... I don't understand. I do not understand. That is so freaking cool.
No, like to me, the
So you
Daytonas
bought
are.
it from them? Did you buy
No,
the
this
strap?
this is of course I have the original Oyster
Yes.
bracelet, and then
Yeah.
I bought this from a great guy. I'll do a shout out to Chad
Chad.
on the Rolex forums. You know who you are.
Chad.
Who had his Daytona on alligator,
Uh-huh.
and you just replace the clasp.
Oh, and they gave him another one, right?
And get another. Yeah.
Wow. So what if I walk in with my white Daytona? Can I ask for a leather strap? They're not going to give it to me, right?
They don't sell these.
Wow.
You have to buy them from somebody who had
Already had one.
already had one.
That's freaking amazing.
And to me, like the Daytona, it's not that they're dime a dozen. Of course they're hard to get,
Yeah.
especially at retail.
Yeah.
But when you walk in with something just a tad off the beaten path, we talked about this.
I thought it was white gold because on the leather strap, I was like, "What is this? This is a little bit weird."
And we talked about this a little bit earlier. Like,
Yes.
no matter what happens, if someone sees this watch, the first thing they comment is like, "Oh, is this white gold? Or
Yeah,
what kind of strap
yeah,
is
what
that?"
happened? Yeah.
Whereas if I
This is
walk
weird.
into a watch event or a dinner
Yeah.
and I have an AP Royal Oak on
Yeah.
or a regular Daytona,
Yes.
there's 50 of them there.
Yes.
It's not super exciting. It's not
Yeah.
different.
It's this exactly what happened when I was at the Wembley event. There was about, I kid you not, 7 people with the white Daytona.
Exactly.
There was no one with the black one even. Everyone just had the white one. And it just feels like, is this like, obviously all these people are VIP, right? Probably all of them got one at some point. And this is the piece that they're most proud of. And just everyone just busted this.
Everyone's got the white
out.
Daytonas or the Pepsis or the blue dial Royal Oak
I
to prove that
actually-
you got it.
So I did the unboxing of the Cermet, right? And I had my Panda in the backpack. And I checked the backpack in. So I was trying to resist her saying, like, "Oh, yeah, I got mine in the backpack over there." But, I mean, what the...
Yeah, so I have some stuff that's a little bit off the beaten path. I have all the traditional things.
Mm-hmm.
Like I started off, my first Rolex piece was a Sea Dweller 43.
The seat well.
A great watch, and it's not a Submariner. It's different. It's the big one. It's the thing that fewer people have. And then my first Submariner was the Bluesy, the 126613 LB.
Yes.
Not the regular black or the Cermet. It's
Yeah.
a little bit different. And I have the Pepsi on Jubilee.
Oh yeah, nice.
I have the Batman, the new one, the Batman Returns.
The
Batman Returns, which is the Oyster bracelet, but the new movement, the one that they just
Very
announced.
nice.
What else do I have? I've had other Rolex, like I've had the two-tone Explorer 36 millimeter.
You did?
Yeah.
The two-tone Tim?
The two-tone.
You what?
Had that one.
What happened to the two-tone Tim?
It was a gift for my father-in-law, believe it or not.
Oh, wow.
And
I wish
let's
I
see.
was your father-in-law.
I have the Daytona,
Daytona.
which is cool. And what else do I have? Oh, and I have the root beer, the two-tone root beer, which is
Ooh.
the 126711 CHNR, I think. You guys correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. But the root beer is a great watch. So I have three GMTs.
Chats. We even got a super chat. JDG5167, $5. Tim, 40,000 in the backpack is epic.
So let's do a little bit of a contest.
Yeah.
The first person in the chat that can name. I'm picking up a new watch.
Ooh,
It's
yes.
stuck in customs.
Yes.
A shout out to Watch Brothers London for this piece. I picked this up from them, and they've been like white glove treatment the whole way through. Really
Very
great.
special piece.
Bennett
Let's see it.
watch.
Guys, who can guess this first?
knows
Are
what
you
this
ready?
is?
This is a competition. 3, 2, 1, chat, go.
Ooh,
What is that?
mega.
Shh, Jonathan, don't say, Jonathan.
Ooh, I have no
Type
idea.
it up,
I'm
type
out.
it up.
I'm out.
Type it up.
Vlad
Type
will
it
like
out.
that.
No idea.
I gave
Come
you
on,
no.
you take care.
I don't know me. I don't know.
That's an
shit,
easy
mate.
one.
Really?
King Midas, Rolex.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Okay, I
Actually,
thought that was a model
JDG
number. I didn't know that was the make
wins.
of it.
Look
Right,
at that. All right,
I didn't know it was that simple.
Like, amazing.
Uh.
That looks like a pristine condition as well.
Yeah, Elvis Presley used to own one of them.
Oh, it's a Rolex, is it? Right, I didn't know idea.
It is. So
Sorry,
it is a Rolex.
Right, sorry.
It's been John Wayne was spotted wearing one of these.
John Wayne.
Wow.
And Elvis was gifted one in 1970 after he sold out shows in Houston.
Yeah.
The promoter gave him one. Now, if you don't have, that's an example of why I like things that are just a little bit
Quirky.
little bit quirky. And if you know anything about, if you're a fan of Rolex, you're a collector of Rolex, you got to go back. It's not just looking at the vintage Cosmograph and the Paul Newmans and the red dial this and the old
No crown guard.
tritium sub that
yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Those are still kind of the hot sports watches from the 60s and 70s. But something like the King Midas, which
That is.
think about it, if you don't know the history, there's a chance that it was actually designed by Gerald Genta. No one knows for sure, but
Wow.
if you look at it, it looks like the Greek Parthenon from the side,
Like
asymmetrical
the
case,
triangle.
carved of solid gold, pieces of solid gold for the bracelet. It was
the solar
the
crown,
most.
the sun crown.
I think there's some great resources on the web to find out about it, but the in 1975, for example, the solid gold Day-Date sold for $3,500.
Yeah.
The King Midas sold for $5,500 and was the heaviest gold watch Rolex made at 200 grams.
Yeah, that is absolutely
200
solid.
grams.
That
Imagine
watch
pinching
the
a link
bracelet is-
on one of those.
And you can
Sell it.
and I'm doing myself a disservice because I think I'm creating a lot of hype for the watch now, and people are going to go out and search for it and buy them because they're not $100,000 a piece. They're not even $50,000 a piece.
That's a sleeper. Like people don't know
Total
about that
sleeper. And by the way, Rolex only made 2 models that were limited edition. One was the first quartz watch they ever did, called the Beta 21, I believe, the Texan.
Beta.
And
that's the alpha.
Yeah, that's right. And this
That's
one actually came a little bit
Yeah.
after that, and it's numbered in limited edition. And there are only 800 of the original King Midas ever made, and then they made an additional 500 batch or something like that after. But those are all numbered.
What
But
year
to
is
have
that?
a piece like that?
What year is that watch then? What year?
1974. 1974.
Wow.
But for you for you older guys, if you were to find one that was your birth year, what a find! To get one for $20,000 or $30,000.
I'm 10 years older than that.
Make you want to go to Egyptian museum with that watch.
Yeah, but that's an example of a watch that I get. That's a conversation starter, And then if I walk into a Vempe or a Bucherer or any watch store, the person who's been there 30 years may know what that watch is, but none of the
Maybe they had the hardest of the time trying to sell one of those.
back in the day.
Because actually, Jonathan is one of the guys who was selling stuff. Wait,
Those
in the
were
70s,
dogs.
were you selling?
No, not in the 70s. Let's not insult my age that much.
Yeah.
But I remember that we had one Midas that was like 10 years old or something like that. So
Right.
There you go. Pendulum, $10. The history. We got a wristwatch history lesson
But
here.
do you guys think the watch is ugly? Is it inherently ugly, or is it something that, like, you know what? Hey, it's cool that you got it, but that's not my taste. I wouldn't wear that.
You know what?
I think
have
that's
to see it in person.
Yeah, I don't like square watches. I don't do square watches.
I find it super cool.
There's not a lot of stuff. There's not a lot of information about that watch online, and we need to
see it in the flesh.
Yeah, see it in the gold, in the metal,
in the flesh.
Yeah, we're gonna meet up. You bring it out. I'll do some high quality video. Make a video about this thing.
Unboxing.
You know what? We'll film it at with the mummies at the museum. You know, that would be freaking awesome. You know, wearing King Midas.
The other one that I have in my collection, which is a tad off the beaten path as well. Let's see.
Very nice. It's a solid gold date. 36.
36. This is the Oyster Quartz.
Oyster Quartz?
Now,
oh, yes, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So this is mint condition.
Oh, I need to see that as well.
But if you think about it, how much does it cost for you to get a yellow gold, solid gold date today? $36,000, $40,000.
Yes, 40.
Minimum.
These are, solid gold, great watches. You can find them for under $15,000 in great condition. Just to buy the replacement bracelet, gold bracelet from Rolex, is over $14,000. It's almost a no-brainer that you could buy the whole watch.
Whole piece, yeah.
Now, these are expensive to service.
Yeah.
But they're the kind of piece that if you want to step it up.
And I like it's got that modern look about it.
The thing is, it does, like, the retro look stands the test of time.
Well, it came back. It swung back around. It's the hottest thing now.
The hottest model, by the way, selling under $1,000 today is what model? The Tissot PRX.
Oh yeah,
automatic.
It's actually, that looks very
exactly
close.
like it. Integrated bracelet, exactly the same case shape.
Jeez. Love. Actually, someone emailed me. Shout out to the guy who emailed me. Said that I should do a PRX giveaway at like 5,000 just to get that. He said,
quartz one or the automatic?
Just the super chats are very slow this week.
You can see pictures of some of these watches on the original OC on Instagram.
Quartz one. Let's not go crazy. Wait. Hold on.
James the advisor is asking, do you own anything not Rolex?
Groovy.
I do. I have a couple of modern pieces. I have one of my favorite brands is actually Movado.
Movado.
I think Movado, the museum watch is such an iconic design.
The museum. I don't know what that looks like. Do you have a picture?
Pull up a picture of the.
I cannot pull up anything. I'm doing a stream. Oh, maybe
I can see some people throwing tomatoes now.
That's fine.
At the Movado.
That's fine, but it's.
How many of these Movados do you have?
Only a couple of Movados, but I have a Zenith El Primero Chronomaster, not the Sport.
Yes.
The one that's on the alligator bracelet. I have an Amiga Seamaster Professional Diver.
Seamaster Man Underwater.
Diver 300M with a white wave dial, the ceramic dial. It's a gorgeous.
Oh, okay. Wait, the great white?
White.
White with the black bezel.
White with the black bezel.
The great white, right? That's what it is.
Beautiful watch.
The great white shark. That's nice. Wow.
Nice. So, I'm always looking to expand. We were talking a little bit something earlier.
That's non-Rolexes as well.
The thing is, whenever you get the option to buy a watch, the brands are competing for your dollar. And the way they compete very effectively, the way Rolex competes effectively is they say, listen, you buy one of our pieces, you're not going to lose money.
You double.
You're
going to earn money.
So if you have your choice of buying a Tag Heuer or a Breitling.
Yeah, like okay. So
or whatever.
I had this kind of dilemma, right? good evening, Greggy boy. Like I have this kind of dilemma, right? So I saved up a bit of, not really saved up. I put it on the credit card, but like,
This wasn't your first choice.
no, but like, look, let's say if I was gonna buy something, right? I wouldn't buy anything for now, right? I would save up, and I was actually giving a first Omega in space a chance, right? I was like, oh, when I'm gonna be in California, maybe I will pick it up. If it's a great price, I will take it. The first Omega in space. Is that what it's called? On the leather strap, the small Speedy.
Yep.
But this came up. So what the hell? What am I going to do? Do I say no, thank you? I'm going to be in California. I'm going to pick up Omega in space. Tell me, guys. Beautiful, great white. Huh? Teen Tickers, what would you do?
Ooh, Omega.
See? You would go for the Omega? You wouldn't take the Sermon?
I'd go for the Omega myself, yeah. Seriously.
Wow, okay, there you go.
I buy watches
have
that I want. Remember, I mainly buy watches that I want to wear, not to.
You don't want to wear a Rolex. See, this is very huge respect for not wanting
I don't
to
know
wear
Omega
a
because it's got
Rolex.
something about it. It's to do with the space watch, isn't it? It's not just. It's an Omega.
First
it's a great
Omega in
watch.
space.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this watch got also a lot of history. I mean, it's
But that's
It's
the
a
point.
Submariner.
I mean, even a great watch like the Speedmaster,
yeah.
when you have a chance to buy this, you buy this because it's the Rolex. You don't know when you're going to get offered one again. You know it's a great
Probably
value.
the last time I'll be able to get something like this.
And the
There's no way.
Speedmaster, you can walk in and pay full
Anytime.
price
Yeah,
anytime
anytime.
and get it.
It'll probably be cheaper. Right now, all the Speedies are so hot that I don't think it's the good time. I remember 3 years ago, the Speedies on Jomo Shop, they were going for like $2,500.
Now that the new one with the
3861.
861
3861.
is $7,150, I think, list price, and they can do a pretty good job selling a lot of them at list.
Yeah, but they were going a bit over list, and now they dipped below again. Because when I was in London, a friend of mine he could have got me 20% discount on it. So
on the new one.
Yeah, on the brand new one, Sapphire Sandwich. So they kind of tank.
But that's a great value then, if you can get it for $5,600 or whatever.
Yeah, but I can tell you, I mean, I love this watch. All right, this is nothing wrong with this watch. This is a beautiful, stunning piece. Exactly, right?
All right, come on over here, brother.
Check it out. Tell me what you think.
We're on the Tim Wright live stream.
Let's do it. We're doing a little live show. Tell me which one you like more. Want to do a quick comparison? Who's got better watch? Let's see here. Okay. So check it out. So, all right. Ooh,
honestly, Ken, I like both.
Like both.
But I'm a black guy.
Yeah. So you would go for the.
Once you go black.
Yeah. There you go. Once you go black.
It is a black dial.
Those are really beautiful.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you. All right. Well, you got the better one. All right. There you go, guys. You heard it.
We have a super chat.
From a guy, from a black gentleman to a white gentleman. The Daytona wins. The black dial.
Ooh.
JDG 5167 $5. Correct answer is the sub and the Speedy.
Ooh.
Damn. Well, you know what? I gotta be honest. Someday I will get the Speedy. Carson Cronin, he's giving me his old watch box, a Wolf watch box. Oh! It's got 10. Shout out to Carson Cronin. It's got 10 slots in it.
So you need to fill some slots.
I'm gonna have to start filling in those slots. So Omega is like a must-have.
But there's so many versions of the Speedy, but you know exactly which one you want. So many different versions, right?
Of the Speedy?
Yeah.
That's the thing. Do I go again for the most generic one, or for like First Omega in Space, or Broad Arrow, or do I go for something funky? See, you would go for something like First Omega in Space, right?
For me, I actually like the Sapphire Sandwich the best because it's a modern and robust interpretation of the classic. It's got the sapphire crystal, and it's like the one that works for me. So in that case, I'm not sure if I would, although might look at a white dial Speedmaster, because those are a lot less.
Go for something wacky.
Go for something a little bit wacky. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what. I feel like I would just go for the good one. That's also at the same time as the cheapest. Someone was asking me on the Instagram earlier today. It was a really good question, and they said, "Which one should I go for? The Sapphire Sand with Speedy 3861, or for the Breitling Navitimer 43 with the black calfskin?" And I was like, "Wow, that is a hard question because
That is easy.
Well, you're gonna say
That
the
is
Speedy,
easy,
right?
guys. Yeah.
You're gonna say the Speedy.
No. Navitimer.
The Breitling.
Yeah.
How's that easy?
Yeah.
How's
To
that
me,
easy?
it's
Which
easy.
one would you go for? For you? Look, he said, look, which one is cooler? And he also added, which one is cooler?
I think there's something, when I grew up and I went on a plane
Yeah.
and I looked at the United In-Flight magazine or the American In-Flight magazine,
Yeah.
there would always be, there's luxury ads in there. And one of the ads that always popped up near the front was for Breitling.
Yeah.
So when I was a kid growing up, I associated the most expensive, most luxurious, most unattainable watch as being the Breitling.
Yeah.
You'd see an ad with, I don't know, maybe John Travolta or some other celebrity.
Or
And-
one of those ads when it says the most common place where you find Breitlings is the stewardess bedside table. yeah.
Right. So, and then you
Yeah,
combine that with the
yeah.
fact that their designs are more on the blingy side.
Yeah.
A lot of bling. The bezels are
If I was
polished.
wearing the Navitimer and the guy asked who has better watch, he would say the Breitling any day,
Any
every
day, and ask Jerry Seinfeld, he'll tell you Breitling
It's the bomb.
24/7, because there's also something about the incredible functionality. Not that you would ever use the functionality on that bezel with all the math and the calculations, but that's a watch that was truly designed for pilots to figure out airspeed and who knows what the heck they did with it.
Yeah, it's like patented.
It's crazy.
Back then, they didn't have the supercomputers that we have now.
So it really is, iconic. And I'm a big symmetry guy, so when you get a Breitling Navitimer with a black dial and 3 white subdials at 369,
He was saying the reverse panda.
yeah,
I
that's
was looking at that watch. Sexy.
sexy. Then you combine it. You want to kick it up and make it dressy and luxurious. Put it on a leather strap or an alligator strap, calfskin strap. They also have super blingy sharp mesh bracelets.
Or there's like sideways cut bracelets.
Sideways cut ones asymmetrical. You have a lot of customization there.
I mean, I told him, you know what my answer was? I was like, oh, this is tough because you're cool. Whichever one you choose, you're going to be cool. Because both watches are cool, but different audience will perceive you as cool. You see, you're going to be cool to like the watch nerds if you go with the Man on the Moon, because that's like, it's Speedy Tuesday. It's like it's the most iconic.
People poo-poo the Breitling. Yeah. They lose value.
Yeah.
They're
but
too
normal
big.
people on the outside, you're gonna be cool to them for wearing that Breitling Navitimer. Most people would say, like, man, it looks like a cool watch. You don't need a fucking history lesson. They don't need to sit down and say, well, this was taken to space. Neil Armstrong wore it in his ass to sneak it in. You don't have to go through the whole thing to explain why it's cool. It just is because it looks cool.
Yeah, you gotta hand it to Omega though on the new Speedy. They got the bracelet right. It's something that a lot of people were complaining about for a long time, especially the Seamaster bracelet, which doesn't really taper. That's kind of big and thick. They really did a good job with the new Speedmaster bracelet. It tapers. It's like a stainless steel version of a president style bracelet. Looks really good. People say it's super comfortable. Just looks great.
Holy shit. Jay Sykes, this is really actually interesting. Omega will make a turquoise Speedmaster, call it the blue side of the moon. Actually, they do already have the blue side of the moon. They'll call it the turquoise side, the Tiffany side of the moon.
The Seamaster, you
Look,
saying?
the
Yeah.
moon is actually, they'll say, you know what? Most people perceive moon.
Inspiration.
There you go. They'll call it, what is that? The Uranus? What's that planet that's turquoise? Well, I don't think planets have color, but in coloring book, they'll just say the turquoise side of the moon. They'll make it in turquoise color. Come on, why not? That would sell like hotcakes. What do you think? Would you go for a turquoise Speedmaster?
I don't
No.
think so.
The question is, what
No.
the hell? Why they haven't made it yet?
I think they would do it in a Constellation or a DeVille or something.
Yeah.
I think
I don't know.
if they label it with Tiffany's and make 170s only from them, I would buy it.
No. They'll make 11,172 of them.
Okay.
That's a limited edition in Omega's mind. Come on.
Yeah. I get it. Yes.
To celebrate not like 30-year partnership, but like 1,200 days or like months or weeks, whatever. They'll be like, oh, this is to celebrate that we will partner with them for 11,000 weeks. That's just whatever. It's close to 10,000 number, and then just massage the math to fit the number. You know, that's how Omega does it. JDG, yes, the blue ceramic version with blue aventurine dial. Yep. They do have the blue side of the moon. Will the 3861 stretch over time? Hard to say. That bracelet, what do you think? Some people complain about that it tapers too sharply.
I think it looks good. I think that's the trend. If you see the new the new Explorer 36,
Yeah,
tapers down to a very thin. I think 14
taper look.
14 millimeter. I think that is going to be the trend over the next few years. Is going a little bit thinner on the bracelets.
I think
do you think?
Rolex will make it also right. I think it tapers not enough with the new Submariners. Don't you think so, Tim?
Yeah,
that clasp is massive, isn't it?
Chunky.
The clasp is one of the biggest clasps they've ever made for sure.
Freaking huge. And actually, I think the Explorer 2 has an even bigger clasp. Not as long, but wider.
Really?
Yeah, because
the bracelet is wider.
21 mil. Yeah, this is a 21 mil, and the clasp is
Explorer is 22.
Yeah, so it's the clasp is even wider on the Explorer 2. It's crazy. And also, maybe they pinched this clasp from the Sea Dweller or something. I don't know.
No, but the Sea Dweller Deep Sea has a total different clasp.
Yes, it's got that.
Yeah, but the regular Sea Dweller 43 has a very similar clasp.
Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm.
I gotta say, so I've been wearing this watch. No complaints. No complaints. It's not like I don't feel
How can you complain? It's brushed oyster bracelet.
Yeah. Yes.
Black dial. It's got, the green bezel for a little splash of Kermit.
Just color. Just add a little bit of a life into it, right? It's not completely lifeless. Black.
I do think, though, that when people are looking at the Cermet or looking at the new Blueberry or whatever you want to call it, the white gold version with the black dial and the blue bezel, I think they're giving Rolex a little bit of a pass. I mean, because you have had the Hulk with the green dial. You could argue that is more special.
Yes.
Than, there's the black dial does tend to pervade the lineup.
Yeah, it's too many black dials.
A lot of black dials. So
that's why I didn't get the Daytona, because it's one of the few watches that have a different color in the dial at the lower price point. I do, but it is interesting that how Patek did it with their colors and making the green just for a year, and then now this turquoise for just very limited edition. There's like these other weird colors, but they're so freaking limited. DL
sorry.
Green, fad or not?
Ask Russell. He loves it. got it retail, you know what? I wouldn't be complaining. If I got it at retail, I wouldn't be complaining.
But everybody has hopped on the green bandwagon. Question is this a 2021, 2022 thing that we'll look back in a few years ago? Why did everybody come out with a green dial? Mosier and Debethune and
Yep.
everybody
Streamlined
taking
everything.
advantage of the green wave.
The green. By the way, I realized which is the best perfect watch for the green. It's the Oyster Perpetual with the green dial.
Yeah.
It's good, right?
Dark green, you mean?
Yeah. The Oyster Perpetual with the green dial.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a perfect piece, right? Green room for with the green watch.
You know, if he lifts it up with his green screen, then it would have a hole in the middle.
Invisible.
Yes, it's gonna look like he has a hole in his wrist.
Yeah.
But if you had, what is your favorite when you look at the date? The hottest one is the rose gold Rolex date with the olive green dial.
Yes.
Is that would that be your preference if they were all worth the same and they were all the same price? Would that be the dial that you choose, or would you go for the chocolate or the
No,
sun
I would
dust?
go with the green. I think actually the thing is, Rolex they invented that green, that olive green, specifically to go with that rose gold. So that combination just really gels together really well.
So if you were offered the white gold date with the olive green dial, which I believe is a configuration, you wouldn't think that works as well.
I don't think it works as well. Yeah, it's just there's something a little bit. It's not with the white one. I would go, I think, with the blue. That's why the blue.
Well, both. It's just a weird and interesting coincidence that you chose the anniversary configurations. The rose gold with olive, Mr. Hype here.
I mean,
Tim,
there's something about
Tim,
it. I don't know.
Go to timhype.com.
I'm sorry. It's just there's
and
something.
then the white gold with the blue dial. Like
it's the
very
same
predictable.
Thing. There's the same thing. There's a reason. First of all, JDG, thank you so much for the super chat. $5. Paddock 5905 1A would be an excellent green option. Can we bring it up? 5905.
I can't. My hands are bound. I have 3 keyboards, and I'm. 1 second. Let me check.
Jonathan,
let me try.
What am I paying you for? I don't understand.
I have 3 keyboards here, and none of it works. So
nothing
really
works. You know what? Your channel is going to do really well. I know that. This is
what is it? 9405.
Really well. Yeah.
Patrick.
5905. Jonathan, I just know that. That it's going to be a disaster, a total flop. Could somebody used to send Jonathan a new keyboard?
Yes, a super chat for a new keyboard.
Yes. That's the brand new one. Wait, is that the new one? That's the limited edition. Yes, that is this one. That was just released by Paddock like a couple of weeks ago. To be honest, 5905 with the steel bracelet. Actually, Gringa did a video on this.
Shout out to Watch Gringa.
Watch Gringa.
Yeah, the color on the video looks much better than.
It's a different green here though. Very. It makes their dress watch kind of a sports watch.
The bracelet is very sporty.
Yeah. Although it doesn't have the water resistance. No, it doesn't have like improved water resistance. Still 30 feet. But that's a
guys. We are back in business.
Keyboard functional?
Sure?
No, but
sure?
I'm getting around. So we have here.
There we go.
The green one. Why can't I pull it up? 1 second. Okay, here we go. You mean that one, yeah?
Yes. That is gorgeous. I wish I could see this in like my own eyes. Gringa got really lucky. One of like the viewers has this piece and invited them over to their house, and she got like all this footage.
Nice.
And the reason I'm mentioning that because I want to do the same thing with your collection. Here we go. We got Mike the Snake. Love a white gold blue dial submarine. Wait, white gold?
Well, they don't have blue dial now.
Yeah, Smurf.
No more. Yeah.
No more.
No, he means white gold, blue dial, Smurf.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The
Submariner.
Smurf.
No longer made.
Marcelo has. Marcelo time.
Yep.
So that's back to the earlier point. Like they had blue dial white gold in the past. They had green dial Colt.
Phased them all out.
They phased them out. Now they're a little bit
Just the
more.
bezel.
Just
The only
the
difference.
bezel's the only difference. The bezel, by the way, over time you'll be flooded with aftermarket bezels,
By the way,
counterfeit bezels. You'll never know. You buy one secondhand, you'll never know if it was the original bezel or not.
By the way, do you think Rolex in the next couple of years is gonna go back to ceramic bezels? Like,
What do you mean back to aluminum?
oh, sorry, so back to aluminum. Yeah. Mike the Snake, thank you for the email. I just got it, so you sent it to me. Thank you.
There's literally nothing that Rolex could do that would be wrong. Any decision that they make would be perceived as a good development. They could offer a version with an aluminum bezel. They could take off crown guards. They could do literally anything they wanted, and people would go, "Yeah, that's nice."
No, I think actually they're gonna have to develop some kind of a new material for the bezel.
Talking about gorgeous blue dials, guys. Tim and I, and Swiss, we were discussing this. What do you think of this?
That's the Patek Perpetual Calendar Rose Gold with that blue dial. Yeah, that is amazing.
Absolutely fantastic.
And you know, whenever they make one of these super complications, they really go far and above to make the dials like super special.
I actually like that. I think that's quite nice. That, yeah, I do like that.
Yeah, 300,000 at the secondary.
See, you guys are complaining about the price on the Tiffany Blue Dial, 7-Eleven, right? But what I'm wondering, you know, if I had a chance to kind of handle the watch with the loop, I would love to see what did they make the dial out of? I mean, it kind of
same dial. There's nothing special about it.
I don't know. I mean, it takes a lot of. Who knows? I mean, how the hell do they make those? Like, I saw some stuff like those Grand Seiko dials. They have like this really long and pain in the ass process. So.
Totally different league in terms of the. I mean, the Patek dial is just it's probably a brass dial, right? Or whatever it is, and
it's not like it's painted. What do they do? Some type of material. You see that?
Actually, there is one
Patek
model. There's one Patek model called the Golden Ellipse, and that dial is gold, and it has been treated by a secret process, and it turned blue. So Patek boss told me once they discovered it in a bathtub. The process.
And that's the kind of Patek that I would have, because it's that oval kind of design, very 70s kind of classic look. Totally weird. But I'd love to see in the chat, are the Patek Philippe Nautilus dials just regular dials that are painted, or is there some kind of special process to make those colors? They've had white, blue, green. Something special about them, like they cook it.
Because if you look at it, you can see the color change, and it's glossy. No, it's like it's no idea. It's something that they probably bake it. There's some kind of material that they bake.
I'm going to say it's probably mass produced in the sense that it's machine created. That's my guess.
It's hard to say. I did see a fake of and it's pretty close. I was like, wow, I was surprised by the replica. It was like a high-end replica.
So this is a Golden Ellipse with a blue gold dial.
It's incredible. It's
blue gold. Wow.
I don't like the shape.
Yeah, but that is calculated from the golden cut. But it's an acquired taste. I'll give you that.
Very vintage Patek. Like, you have to be like super enthusiastic. With that thing, you have to be walking with the stick, pipe in your mouth, right? Like, and be wearing an ellipse. That's the kind of look. And the fedora hat. Otherwise, I don't know. It's whereas the Tiffany Blue dial, you have to be wearing those sneakers like I got, or those Nikes.
Oh yes.
That people
Oh yes.
was making fun of me that they're clown shoes, the clowns. No.
They actually had a
What shoes
video
are we?
recently. I was going to say they had a video recently about how Rolex is doing the new Palm Bronze dial.
Yeah.
They've invented and I think patented special laser engraving to accomplish that because there's those dials. Rolex is the master at mass production of the dials,
Yes.
and they don't do anything one off. So if they're going to do a palm motif dial,
Yeah.
it has to be automated to perfection. And so they spend a lot of time. They probably spent months or even years perfecting the technology to actually bring it to fruition. So I don't love that dial, but I think I do respect
because it's not just that dial, because the palm fronds dial, it doesn't look like it would be the most difficult dial to do with, like you said, with the laser. It would be the fluted dial.
fluted dial. Yeah,
because
probably
it's
the same.
it's so much more detailed.
So we're talking about the Cannabis Master, yes?
Whoa, we got 20% battery. So
Yeah, we have a super chat.
Oh, super chat. JDG 5167, $5. Are two armed bodyguards enough to wear the Tiffany Blue 5711 in public in NYC?
Yeah, we haven't
Yep.
finished our guesses how much that Patek will bring over the weekend.
Over $1 million for sure. And you said, did you say 3 or 4 before?
Four million, guys. How many million
I say
do
2.
you think the Patek will sell for? 2 million?
Yeah. Yep.
I think 4. 4 guys.
It's all about
Bear
the hype.
Clooney.
Timmy
The
is the
bear
trendsetter, indeed.
The trendsetter, guys. You heard it here first. Small G. Sean, thank you. Guys, make sure that you hit the upvote button. I think I got like
By
10
the way, New York
minutes left.
City is very safe. You're out at 2, 3 in the morning wandering the streets.
Yes.
It may not be perfectly safe at that time, especially if you're IGing and YouTubing and doing something live.
Showing a unboxing. Should I be doing? Was that stupid to
Oh.
unbox a watch on the?
Sorry, I got booted. I reckon.
problem.
I reckon 2.5, 3 million. I reckon it'll go for.
2.5 to 3 million is the guess.
Yeah.
Wow.
No.
I got a charger. Sorry, that because I want to be able to get some food. Let's see.
It will be interesting to watch the auction
Bear
because I'm pretty sure.
agrees with me on the 4. JDG says
Earlier-
3 million.
Earlier, I said that I will be at the auction in person
Oh yes, you actually
on Saturday.
you have to be bidding.
I have a paddle. No, I have a paddle.
You have a paddle? Wow.
I'm
Is
a
it
registered bidder.
Saturday or Sunday? The one on the
Dude.
Tiffany. Is it the first one up or the last one up?
You should join the live stream from.
first.
I'm going to watch
the
it. I'm going to
Tiffany.
watch it Saturday. It's on Saturday and Sunday.
It's lot number 1 on Saturday.
Oh, it's lot
Saturday
1, is
morning.
it? I thought they might have the last lot.
No,
I thought they might
no,
have made it the first lot.
They
Lot number
start
1. So
with a
we
bang.
should, we should start it off
Right.
with a bang. You tell me what I should make as the opening bid. I'll raise my paddle and I'll say,
4 million.
you think I should do 4 million?
Right off the bat.
What if I win
Boom.
it?
Started with the
I
bang.
was just saying, what happens if
You're
we
the
win it?
winner chicken dinner. You can flip it
Tim.
for 8 million 2 days later.
Then
Yeah.
why wouldn't someone bid 5 million?
Oh,
They're
see.
just pussies. They don't know
Oh, see.
what's happening.
Tim Wright or LCC will LLC will pay for it.
Tim Wright will be underwriting my investment. at
Okay,
the-
I've got a
New York-
prediction. I've got a prediction. I think it might go out the room and might go to telephone bids like the Paul Newman did. Not say for that amount, but remember
Red
the Paul
Shovel,
Newman.
Team Tickers will bid
But-
200 pounds by accident.
off.
Then we'll
Yes.
ask for a refund. Because he actually
Paul
meant to
Newman.
bid
The Paul
200.
Newman went out the room. No one could bid on the Paul Newman. No one had any funds. It went to two telephone bidders. I reckon it could go something like that.
Yeah.
It's a lot of big wigs in Asia, a lot of big wigs in the Middle East
Yeah,
that wouldn't
I reckon it'll be a phone
wouldn't mind
bid. I
having.
predicted a phone bid. Phone bid. Yeah.
Well, if it's a phone bid, then it's going to be Patek bidding for their own watch.
No, we talked about
You'll
this. I don't
see it
think
in
so.
the news.
You're gonna
I
have an Arab sheikh getting
the
that.
phone.
Arab sheikh getting
On
that
sheet
for
on
his collection.
on the phone. Yeah, on the phone. Yeah, definitely.
What if you were online and you were doing the online bidding and you can put in a bid in advance? What if you meant
And
to
you
do
slipped.
What if you did 2
Yes.
million and you slipped and you put in 20 million
Ooh.
and then you won and you'd be like, oh shit, 20 million
But, yeah.
plus
It's
25
something that TN Tickers will definitely
Yeah.
be doing.
7 tickets, I was doing that.
plus
Shit.
25% buyer's premium plus
Yeah.
tax.
Yeah.
That would be a hell of a bill.
Fucking
Oh,
30,
it's
what,
percent.
30.
It's percent of what you paid for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
percent of the.
So if you bought it for 2 million, then you have to pay 200,000 to the thing.
No. You have to
Yeah.
pay 500,000.
Shit.
JDG
Yeah, 20%.
makes a good point because you have to be pre-approved. So I think your credit card will be billed for 5% or 10%.
No. I got the platinum. It's unlimited.
Yeah, credit cards, they do that, but if you're going to be bidding for that, you're probably going to want to have someone be pre-screened.
No, but I think I got the platinum. The platinum is unlimited. So they say. They do say it's unlimited. Yeah. So I'll just put it on the card, and my goal is to sell it 2 weeks later before they start kind of charging me for it.
While we're talking about the Phillips auction this weekend, if you're a fan of vintage Cosmographs, vintage Daytonas, they have an incredible selection this time. Out of the 200 lots they probably have 10 or 15 or even 20 really interesting examples of, the Paul Newmans and, reverse pandas and stuff from the 60s and 70s that are in good condition. They look really good.
Here, Red Travel has a good comment. Send a recent utility bill to prove that you can bid.
Right.
I got $66.38 was my electricity bill.
It's to prove residency.
Yeah, to prove residency. Oh.
But just imagine that if Tim gets the highest bid and the next day he comes on air and begs for super chats to cover his bill.
Guys, you gotta help me pay for this Tiffany Blue Nautilus.
Would you like to?
Send your
Would you like to own?
super chats now?
Would you like to own 1/100,000th of a Patek Philippe Nautilus?
Yeah. Technically, all the watches that I have, they're not mine. They're community
property.
Yeah, they're community property. I cannot sell these without community's pre-approval. I'm gonna have.
Okay, can I ask you, while we're on auctions, who do you think bought the Paul Newman? Do you think they bought it back? Who do you think got the Paul Newman? 17 million.
No,
I don't think that Rolex makes such.
I think a collector has it.
Yeah.
People think that Rolex bought it back for their museum.
Smudgy, 4 million super chat will just get you 2 million.
If Rolex wants a watch, they can simply go to that person and say, "Hey, we want to show it at the museum. Will you give it to us on loan to show it?" And I'm sure the collector is.
Fair enough. Yeah, I would do something like that.
Of course, they would.
By the way, if any of museums are listening, if they want to see a Tim Wright collectible, one of a kind piece, I'm always ready to loan my stuff for an exhibition.
You might have to sign a 72-page document.
By the way, I also have these. These could be exhibited as well.
Tim Wright cards.
Limited edition cards, 500 pieces.
Available on timwright.com.
Oh, I should give. Look, if I wasn't going to California to hang out with Cars and Chrono and making content for the community, then I'd be definitely there covering the bidding. I would be doing interview with the guy who won or whatever, or the lady, or the kid.
You could get that head auctioneer. What's the guy called? The guy with the beard, the charismatic.
Paul Boutros.
Oh yeah,
Paul
he's
Boutros.
cool. I think he's brilliant. It's worth watching just for his shtick. He's brilliant. He holds the room. He really does. The way he holds the auction, he's brilliant. He's memorizing the way he does.
Now this thing, the lot 1, is that for charity? Did they announce this for charity, or no?
So.
Let me check.
I
think it's not for charity, that one.
No, that's what they said.
Interesting.
Ooh.
I'll be watching lot 8.
What charity? What's your Tim Wright charity? Help out this poor.
You wish.
The Tiffany and Co. Foundation for the Arts.
I'll be watching that mill sub at lot 81. That's the last one I'll be watching.
We saw that one.
Yes.
With the that's that khaki strap or whatever it was.
Yeah.
A long.
really disgusting khaki strap.
What?
This thing is very.
What? A NATO strap was it?
Yeah,
was
yeah,
it
yeah.
grey net? Yeah, proper. Those straps. That's an original old NATO. They go for silly money as well. There's actual straps.
Boom! I'm gonna be one of those phone bidders with the platinum card, guys.
The great thing about the Phillips auction is just two bums off the street like us walked in to a place with tens of millions of dollars worth of watches, and that watch, Tim could have said, "Can I see that?" They would have said, "Absolutely, sir." Handed it to him and have him put it on his wrist. That's the kind of accessibility.
I know. I couldn't believe
yesterday.
He was just putting stuff on. They weren't questioning him. Can I have a look at that? He's brilliant.
Actually,
now, if he took it.
Actually,
smashed against the display case, that would be a problem, I think.
Yeah.
The Patek Philippe Tiffany Blue is sold with proceeds benefiting the Nature Conservancy. So it is
Conservancy.
at least partly for charity.
Probably owned by.
There you go.
Wait, what's the percentage? Wait, sorry, what was the percentage?
They didn't say.
Oh, okay. So they're just saying a portion.
100% of proceeds from the sale of this watch will benefit the Nature Conservancy.
When you're selling a watch for that obscene amount of money,
and where in Switzerland? Where is this nature that they're going to be conserving?
Founded in the US in 1951, TNC is a global environment non-profit organization.
It's for a good cause. The community has to support the environment.
Yeah. I think it's just a money laundering operation.
How many millions are you willing to put up to protect the earth?
Yeah, that's another gig to do these kind of foundations. I'm conserving nature, guys. To get in on that.
Will that be tax deductible if you buy this watch?
Yeah, you pay the buyer's premium and the tax. Absolutely.
Yeah, no, but as it goes for a charity, is it deductible? I don't think so. Isn't it?
That's a good question.
That's why it would be really, really good for Patek to buy it themselves. To put it in the museum. People will go and they will see it, and it's a tax deductible. Patek can just say, "Hey guys, we used we used the purchase. It's a win-win. They don't pay taxes on anything for like 3 years going forward, and they put it in their museum, and there's all the people they will want to go and see the hottest watch in the world. It's a no-brainer. Tanzil, I can't wait for TJ Maxx, Dial, Henhart with all proceedings going to Archie Luxury Channel. Yes. Actually, somebody should reach out on Archie's behalf to do a collab with Henhart. I actually I thought the Henhart had some type of legitimacy, but man, getting in with bed with like YouTubers, that's a bit low. It's a bit low. I mean, they're desperate. These brands, they're desperate, guys. Russell, Tim, the Patek have a number 0 for the museum already.
Could well be.
Are you sure?
Could well be. No, it's a speculation. He's laughing. So, but it could well be. Why not?
There will be, but then they don't get tax.
How much have you spent on Patek at Tiffany & Co. in order to be eligible to get?
Hold my neck. Fuck. All right. So you were saying?
No, I'm saying how much do you think you've spent over a lifetime at Tiffany on Patek Philippe in order for you to make the cut of, let's say Tiffany in New York is going to get 40 of 170 pieces. How much do you think that each of those 40 people have spent over their lifetime just on Patek Philippe and other Tiffany things to be able to qualify to be the VIP?
By the way, it doesn't matter. Let's say you spend $5 million. Well, no. Let's just be realistic. Let's say you spend $1 million, right? And then you get one of these. You sell it over retail, you get all your money back. All the Pateks before are free.
This is for people who, for flipping a watch like that, is of no financial consequence. They've spent millions and millions on Tiffany jewelry over the years. They don't, and that stuff doesn't appreciate, as you
Yeah.
know. So these are super uber
Tanks.
rich people
Yeah.
that they
I
would
see.
never buy this watch. Yeah, go ahead to flip it.
Yeah, I have a question. You mentioned 40 people, 40 only for New York?
I'm guessing, like, say they have a.
Because
If you look at the,
yeah, because my guess is different. I think New York will be the most important. So my guess is 70 New York and 50-50 San Francisco and Los Angeles probably.
something like that. Yeah.
So I would
But it's
I would be
it's
surprised.
only those. Tiffany doesn't have any other locations in the world.
Yeah,
Only
yeah.
those 3 stores.
Well, it said somewhere that it's only split between those 3 locations because they have Patek Philippe and yeah. So
Yeah. So in that case, you're probably there's more than 40 watches for New York, definitely.
it
But-
would be shocking for me if New York wouldn't get the bigger share because
Small J, this is a really good point. I'm afraid the OP Tiffany dial will go up more after this auction. Ooh! Snap!
It does have to be said that beware of buying the Tiffany Blue Oyster Perpetual dial from the secondhand market because those are absolutely flooding in as aftermarket parts.
Yeah.
They're flooding in as counterfeit dials, and you don't know what you're buying. If you buy from a reputable, trusted seller, sure, you're getting it, but there's a lot of people buying regular OP41s, OP36s,
Silver ones, yeah.
and
It's $10,000 difference.
and then putting in aftermarket dial and putting them on Facebook or eBay or
Flea
whatever.
Bay.
Fleabay, and then some poor blown.
If someone who's trying to save a few bucks. Not going to David SW,
David SW,
David
W.
And your hot
Super Chat.
Oyster Perpetual with
For only $20,000 today with free shipping.
exactly.
Super Chat.
JDG 5167 $5. New York will get the most of the allocations. I would guess 100
pieces.
at least.
100 multimillionaires, billionaires even.
Yep.
But
competing
unless
for those
you're Ben
watches.
Clymer or John Mayer, you better have to spend $10
Million.
million.
Yeah.
Damn.
I doubt
Humble Pine.
that.
Humble Pine. That's the guy I was saying
Yeah.
that.
Hey,
we can do
John
a-
Mayer
we
might.
can get
John
the
Mayer
drinks
might buy
together.
it. John Mayer might buy it.
I don't think so.
he
I
will.
don't think they are
Why?
important enough to Tiffany's.
No. John
Humble
Mayer,
Pine.
John Mayer might buy the original one. You don't know.
No.
He's minted. No, he's into watches big time.
Humble
But not
Pie.
in Tiffany's.
$10. Gonna go for Tiffany. Gonna go to Tiffany's and ask for one. I'm sure if I tell them how passionate I am, I will get one. Thoughts? They were already sold out. They sold out in 6 hours this morning. The Gonzers, Humble Pine, they're gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The thing is, I don't think the celebrities will
celebrities gonna
compete
have
for
to pay the
the
piper.
will compete for the auction version.
Yeah.
They're not going to. They're going to go
Yeah.
to Tiffany and they say, "Listen, can I have one of the 100 pieces?" And,
So Russell has a good point. He says maybe it's not only Patek customers; it will be jewelry buyers.
No, I'm
It
saying
is.
John Mayer will get one. Definitely John
It's
Mayer
the
will
mo-
get one.
it's
Even
the mo-
DC said that. Well, yeah.
if he's a loyal Tiffany customer, the thing is, you have to be the best of the best Patek customer and the
Exactly.
best of the best Tiffany loyal customer over the decades for them to figure out. And if you read the article or the interview with Terry Stern, he said this is going to be hard for them because we want those watches, and they do too, to go into the hands of the right buyers. That's the most important thing. They don't want it to go to the
They
right
don't want
buyers.
them to go to timwright.com.
TimWright.com is not the appropriate
Why not?
distribution venue for this.
Great venue.
Tiffany
I have a
Blue
store.
watch.
I have a merch store. I have selling some
They
T-shirts.
they've done a good job with
hand
They've
painted.
done a kind of a good job with the green one. Some of the first one slipped through. The dealer in Spain or whatever who sold it to her son.
Yeah.
It's going out of business. That was one.
Yeah,
And then there's a few more on the gray market.
but there were so many of those greens.
A lot of them.
So to answer this one, wonder why Tiffany have excluded other stores worldwide? Because their stores are shady AF.
No, because the other stores don't have Patek Philippe.
That's right.
They don't have the
I think only those 3 have Patek
Only
Philippe.
the three.
So,
Only
The
the
grand
3 in
ones.
the United States are authorized Patek Philippe retailers. Not
Telling
nowhere
you,
else in the world.
Mega 100% will get one. He's got enough people love his watches. He's got a massive following of watches. Mayer has, and he's got loads of watches, expensive, ridiculously
Actually,
expensive stuff.
Patek Philippe owners, those who will get there, they should be really happy that John Mayer gets one, because he's going to be spruiking the fuck out of it. It's going to make
all over Instagram.
the
They'll be
price
all
of
over
theirs
Instagram with it.
go up
Yeah,
like
it will.
crazy.
Correct.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The one celebrity who I bet will get one before anybody else and has the resources to put all the other celebrities to shame. You probably don't know who I'm thinking of. Massive watch enthusiast, massive Patek enthusiast, and billionaire. Billionaire.
Who?
Billionaire.
Ed Sheeran.
Ooh.
Ed Sheeran.
Ooh, Ed Sheeran. Yeah, it's possible.
Ed Sheeran made.
Is Sheeran a billionaire? Is he a billionaire, Sheeran?
Ed
Is
Sheeran
he?
had the highest grossing tour in the history of touring.
Wow.
And he
I
has
didn't know
some
he was a
insane
billionaire.
collection.
Wow.
He grossed over $775 million on his last tour.
God, I didn't know he was that rich.
He's massive.
They would want him to wear the Tiffany
And
dial
this-
while on stage. That would
Yeah, of course
be
he will.
awesome.
And he doesn't care if he spent $4 million on a watch
No.
or whatever. That's
No,
a
he's
drop
not-
in the
no.
bucket to someone.
I mean, Clapton used to be higher load, but he's old. Clapton doesn't go out much now anymore, so it won't be big for Clapton anymore.
Shout out
Really
to Ed
high.
Sheeran. If you're watching this right now, we want to know what you're
Jump
going
on
to
the
bid.
stream,
Yeah.
Ed.
Jump
Drop
on
the
the
link
stream.
for Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
Drop
Come
the
on,
link,
Ed
Jonathan.
Sheeran, yeah.
Drop the link for Ed Sheeran real quick.
Ed is a guy who cares so much about watches that
He
he
cares
bought.
about the community.
He
Maybe
does.
he's watching this. You never fucking know.
Ed,
He might be on the play. Ed, come on. Ed,
Does anyone
if
know
you're
him?
in the
Does
chat,
anyone- yeah.
come on. You know
Hang on a
what?
minute.
Ed Sheeran could be three-hander or
Tim,
one of those trolls. You
Tim.
would never fucking know.
Tim, you have a friend in Hodinky who knows John Mayer. John Mayer will know Ed Sheeran, so get on it.
With Ed,
You
no,
could get
John
Ed
Mayer
Sheeran
is
on it.
watching this right now. That's
John
100%.
Mayer is definitely watching.
Nobody, yeah. Paul
course
Thorpe
he
is
was.
watching. It's
John,
important.
you're going to get punked by Ed Sheeran, who's definitely going to get one, and you may not.
Guys, come on, jump on
Ooh.
the show. Let's.
Who
Paul
cares?
Thorpe,
Who
it's
cares if
important to
Meg's watching?
remember
Paul
this is
Thorpe's
charity
watching.
auction, so the sold price won't necessarily be repeated or maintained on the open or gray market. Thing is, though, it will pump up the market, right? It will pump up
Yeah.
the market
Hype.
of the.
I don't
Yeah.
think you're going to see very many flipped. 170
No.
watches, you're going to see 2 flipped in the first
I mean,
6 months.
John Mayer had a G-Shock made, and that went through the fucking roof. It's a standard G-Shock with something to do with his name
Is it
on
going
it.
over retail? Is it going over retail? What's the
I think
over
it went-
retail price of the John Mayer G-Shock? Quick, check. Lone Star Watch Collector, $5 super chat. I'm guessing Jay-Z gets one. Watch enthusiasts.
There's
and
so much competition.
Tiffany
That's the
and-
great thing about this. You have the Super Sharks
Yeah,
fighting for 170 pieces in the world.
yeah.
Wow, what an event.
Wow.
This is amazing.
It's gonna, you get.
And by the way,
these-
Ed Sheeran
yeah.
bought for his tour staff 80. He had 80 special Tudor black bays commissioned for them. And gave
Nice.
each one of his touring road crew
Wow.
a Tudor Divide Tour edition
But
that he had
but
custom made.
But
would
with
Ed
58,
Sheeran wear such a watch and face the headlines? Ed Sheeran spotted with a $5 million watch. Would he want that for
Absolutely.
his image?
Absolutely,
Yes.
he wears $100,000
Dude,
watches,
dude,
multiple $100,000
dude,
watches,
he wears those-
different watch every night on
wears-
talk show.
Okay.
he wears those AP fucking prototype things.
He's a big Patek.
Concept,
Huge,
Yeah.
Silvio.
Concept,
A-
yeah, whatever. Concept, prototype, it's the same thing.
A John Mayer G-Shock at the moment on Chrono 24 is $826. I'm sure it wasn't that much brand new.
And by the way,
Richard
if I were
Mills,
if I were Tiffany or Patek, I wouldn't give John Mayer one because he's so associated with that stupid Daytona.
Yeah, fuck him. You know.
Fuck him. Why do we want? Why don't every time they mention John Mayer and the Patek, they're going to mention the Daytona?
You know what? This is a good point from Paul Thorpe. Ellen DeGeneres would be a good show.
Absolutely, you
She's
nailed
a
it.
huge Patek
You
owner.
nailed it. She's probably pretty close to a billionaire as well.
She's got everything there.
Everything, and she wants what she wants and can and afford it.
And you know that
That is a
Tiffany
good
Blue
question
Dial,
here.
it is a bit kind of feminine side.
I bet you Ellen already has people at the Beverly Hills Tiffany store.
I mean, you know,
Reaching
Tiffany Dial is kind of a bit weird on the man, but you know what? It's fucking.
And Paul, you were on
sexy.
earlier, I think, when we were talking about the aesthetics of
Yeah.
the watch and
Yeah.
and critiquing the actual dial itself, you know. And we had some differing opinions about, does it actually look good? Is this actually a great looking watch if you take all of the hype and all the hyperbole and all of the limited distribution and limited edition, all of that out of the equation?
Yeah.
Is it an attractive manifestation of the Tiffany Blue dial?
I
have my reservations, to be honest with you.
I gotta say, I agree kind of with you on the point that instead of putting those
the black
indices, they should have just kept the ones that they put on the blue version, non-black, and just.
No, but OC, it doesn't matter. Just look at the Paul Newman dials. It doesn't matter. When they are rare, it goes up.
True.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to separate what you instinctively look at and gravitate towards and say, I like that. That looks great.
Yeah.
Versus looking at something going, oh, I don't like it, but it'll sell.
Dude,
or it's whatever.
Man, the thing with Patek is like I was telling OC, like other brands, they go above and beyond to improve their watches. Like you look at Vacheron with the overseas.
Tim thinks Patek is stagnant and doesn't innovate.
No. I'm not saying that they're stagnant. No, they're not innovating. But they're doing it. In my opinion, they're so brazen. They're so ahead of everyone, ahead of the game. They don't have to do shit because they know like that. Oh, the interchangeable clasp, right? Everyone's like, oh, look, it's so cool. You can change the clasp. You can put the rubber, the leather, Oh, it's so cool. You can do all these fun things. And Patek, they're sitting in their high tower. They're like, what's this, Legos, guys? Are we making watches or are we making Legos? Get real here. Stop wasting time and money innovating on the innovation that people don't care about. People just want to take these watches, stick them in the safe. And they get it.
They don't lose customers, but at the same time,
ridiculous.
What Vacheron and Cartier and AP have done with their interchangeable bracelets is a nice feature. It does appeal to the watch enthusiast to be able to, without tools, do a quick change and so there.
You think they don't do it because they think like it's not really useful because most people at that level they have multiple pieces that they like. Oh, it's too even difficult. Where are you going to even store all these straps and buckles and pins and pinions and pricks? And
part of it is cultural. Like Rolex thinks they make the watch and you should have it exactly as is and never change anything about it.
Yeah.
I'm sure Patek feels that they make the watches perfect the way they are and shouldn't be easy to modify or adjust.
Right?
But I don't
think about it.
Do people do that to Pateks? I mean, do people?
I don't know.
I know they do with Royal Oaks. I know they do with Offshores and Richard Milles and everything else.
It's got to be a little bit annoying to have all these straps and things around the house. You know what I mean? You got let's say you got 3 APs and 2 Vacheron. That's just hypothetical, right? And each one has 3 freaking straps. And you got all this crap lying around, and then they change the model and they change the strap, and then you're like, oh, I thought this was for this Aquanaut, but this is actually for the Vacheron. What the fuck? You can get really confusing at the end of the day. So,
but Paul, is Paul still on? What do you think of Tim's comment about the dark indices and dark hands versus the traditional white gold? Do you think it would have been classier, more elegant, more timeless if you had the traditional white gold indices and hands versus this blackened look, which is reminiscent, and I think of the white one? It probably just took the same indices and the same hands that they made for the white one, just threw it on the turquoise one.
Good question. Just real quick, Maldives says 5712 is better than 5711 in today's market.
It's one better.
So much value in exactly. It's micro rotor movement.
Will a 6711 be 1,000 better than a 5711?
Oh, I don't think it's going to be 1,000 better. Read this one.
Interesting question.
Yeah.
Have we talked about how this was LVMH weight of making Patek to play their tune if they want to keep the branding with Tiffany?
Yeah.
LVMH say WE wanted Tiffany to cut it for you to keep ambassadorship.
I mean, what that's assuming that the balance of power is very much in favor of Tiffany and Co. in that relationship, and I don't know if there's evidence of that. Paddock certainly doesn't need Tiffany and Co. branded dials or Tiffany and Co. distribution.
Right, that's exactly what I think. I think maybe they're just doing it for. I don't know. I don't know. It is weird. I mean, Paddock, they don't fucking. Actually, if they stopped the partnership, that would have been, I think, kind of better for them, I think. I don't know. It's weird.
I think it's just a nod.
Have a little bit more control.
It's just a
I
nod
think
from
they're just having
Patek
fun
to
with
Tiffany.
history. You know, this thing, history, does play a big part in watching.
Yeah.
And because they have this really long relationship, right? There is a bit of that nostalgia that they've been working together for such a long time, right? And that, you know, people have grown attached to it, and they don't want to see this partnership to kind of disappear. So I don't know. I think it's a mutual. They can both benefit. I feel like, because Paddock can sell a watch that it costs. They're selling it for 54,000 at retail, whereas the normal one is 34. It's ridiculous and they're able to sell this watch through Tiffany, and everyone will buy it because of the Tiffany branding. So everyone is just getting a little bit more money, and then whoever buys it, they get to feel like superstars, and they continually buy the Tiffany stock, which is Tiffany crap.
It'd be interesting. Those the people who are going to be preferred for this obviously have a tremendous purchase history.
Yes,
but
they will continually be loyal.
What about the bundling?
The bundling.
What do they have to buy something now?
I think they're gonna have to.
Do they have to pony up now in December $1 million, $2 million in jewelry in order to juice their spot on the potential list?
I think it's already all sold out.
So fake.
You think they've gone through the process of vetting their entire roster of VIP clients over decades to figure out who's going to get these watches already?
I just think it was a mad scramble. Whoever gave the call first, like John Mayer, he should have been on the fucking phone call in the morning if he wanted to get one.
He might have been. How do you know he might have been? You don't know.
Exactly. He should have been.
So you were asking about his G-Shock. It was 170 quid new, and it's 800 odd quid now in Chrono 24. That's a John Mayer G-Shock.
How much?
Standard one. It was 176 English pounds when it came out. It's now one for $870 on Chrono 24.
Fuck that shit.
Fuck Chrono 24. Yeah. Are they a sponsor?
Blow me that price. No. It's got John Mayer.
David is W, guys. Fuck Chrono 24.
I'm a John Mayer fan, and people in all the music things were all going on about it.
Probably shouldn't be saying, because I do want to
because
get
it was John Mayer. They're mad on it.
Eventually.
It's John Mayer. They'll fucking go for it. It's crazy. It really
What's wrong
is.
with Tim's hair?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking myself. Yes.
I think it looks fabulous. Don't you think?
You think so?
Don't I look like Oshin?
No.
Good. I don't know.
No.
He looks like a crazy professor.
Who plays with their hair more? Tim Wright or Oshin O'Malley?
Definitely Oshin.
Let's see those answers. 1 for Tim Wright, 2 for Oshin.
Oshin O'Malley.
I want to see those ones coming in, because I think Tim may play with his hair even more than Oshin O'Malley does.
I don't think so, guys. I don't think so.
Whoa.
2.
There's a few twos going in.
You guys, you weren't there. I was there, and I thought, well, the thing is, though, is this, because I was on the street, right, and it was really windy. And it really messed everything up. And so, it's like, ooh. Oh. Anyways, here's the thing. 6. Tiffany is for girly men. Hey, yo! Chris, and the tickers is right about the Mayer effect. It's the same with guitar gear.
I've got pedals. I've got guitar pedals worth thousands because John Mayer used one on a tour somewhere. They're not worth that money. But they're mad
Okay,
for
you
it.
have to
They are. Like,
sell.
they're fucking crazy for it.
You have to sell it now while he's still alive. What are you waiting for? And then
Yeah.
super chat that money to timwright.com.
How do you prove that it has been used by him?
Not used by him. There's loads of gear. I mean, I've got a John Mayer gear page on Facebook, which we talk about how to get his sounds on guitar sounds. And
No, but
there's pictures.
where's the
There's pictures.
evidence?
Let me. No, hang on. I didn't say he used that
Tea and
actual
Tickers,
pedal. That
sell
model of
the
pedal.
pedals. Sell
That model of
the
pedal.
pedal to the metal and
Okay, the model.
get
Yeah.
wristwatches. Tea and
All you
Tickers,
do is, yeah. I heard what you said.
sell
Nah, I can't.
the
If I could,
pedals.
I've got
Guys.
I've got 21 guitars and a shitload of pedals, and I'm supposed to could have sold them.
Guys, thank you for a great show. Gotta wrap it up. It's 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. We did a two-hour show. Great fun, guys. Tomorrow I'm gonna be in Vegas. I don't know the. I don't know
You're not in
what's gonna
Vegas. You go
happen.
to Los Angeles. Don't go to Vegas. Go to Los
Oh
Angeles,
yeah,
mate.
you're right. You're right. I might
Fuck's
jump on the
sake.
wrong
Yeah.
plane. Los Angeles. Tomorrow I'm gonna be doing a stream
You
from
watch
Los
it.
Angeles.
He'll rock up tomorrow with a say, "Can I go to
have
Vegas, please?"
no idea what it's gonna look like, but
Tim, are you leaving your hair in New York?
I'm leaving the hair here.
It looks a little bit like
at
that.
Oh,
this,
you got a spare seat? Have you got booked a
at this
seat for your
place.
hair?
Yeah, no. I'm leaving it behind. It's way. Look at it. It's a disaster.
You will love LA. Is cool as you love LA. LA is cool as. Trust me, I've been 4 or 5 times to LA. I love it.
Tim
This
Tim
looks-
takes LA starting tomorrow.
Takes
Yes.
LA, man. I'm scared. I'm freaking out.
Out,
I don't know what's
watch out,
gonna happen.
LA. Tim Wright is on his way.
There we go.
If you see Tim in Beverly Hills outside of Peter Marco
Yeah.
buying an iced out AP,
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, we know that he's
No, I
not that
made it.
poor.
Not that poor, exactly. Guys, I'll see you tomorrow.
Peace out. OC
Yes.
here.
That sounds
Take out.
good.
Pleasure joining you here on the live stream, Mr. Wright.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna do it again with the Humble Pine and the community.